Hi, my name's Dr. Anne-Marie O'Dwyer. I'm one of the co-directors for Neurodiversity in Education. I'm also one of the co-founders for the support group for neurodivergent educational professionals. So I'm here to talk today about the support group. I run the group alongside the wonderful Beth Thomas and Annie Campbell. All three of us are neurodivergent, and myself and Annie have taught in the education sector. Annie teaches in primary school education, and I was a former further education teacher. So Annie and Beth put a advert out on LinkedIn, asking anyone if they would be interested in taking part in a pilot support group session, which I was so pleased to see. My background is as a neurodiversity advocate and trainer, and in particular working with the further education sector for them to think about neuro-inclusive policy that not only includes learners but the workforce itself. So pleased to see that this space has been created. So I got immediately in touch with Beth, and the rest, they say, is history. So a year on, we had our first session at the end of September 2023, and we've just finished our first academic year, about to start the second. And it's been, a great group to be part of. We've got a nice little community now of education professionals, neurodivergent education professionals from across the whole of the education sector. So we have people attend from primary, from specialist education, from further education, from higher education. So it's really great to have this space and be able to share our triumphs as well as some of the challenges that we face as neurodivergent teachers in a work environment which doesn't recognise neurodivergence amongst the workforce. So just give you a little bit of a sense of the sort of things that we covered over the last year. We looked at ableism, including internal ableism. We looked at, starting those conversations with your education employer about reasonable adjustments, what to do if you need to reach out to your union, if you're needing support, the Access to Work scheme. Also looked at executive functions, and we ended the year by looking at some of our wins. And it's really important to talk about those strengths as a neurodivergent teacher, and what you actually bring to the learners and to education as a whole. So we did finish that was our last session, and we will be having our first session of the academic year on Thursday the 3rd of October. So it is to coincide with the Neurodiversity in Education conference. We do usually have the sessions on the last Thursday of every month, but because we wanted to coincide, we have delayed it by a week. We have a new start time of 7 p.m. and it will run for an hour and 15 minutes. And we will have a little bit of a mixture in terms of the format. We like everyone who attends to go away with something that can be used in terms of practical, or something just to really reflect on. There is no obligation to attend every session. I will post normally a week, 2 weeks before on LinkedIn to give you an idea of what's going to be covered. Again, I always put out the if you haven't signed up before, these are the details, like my email that's on this slide. So you just get in touch. And then all we ask is that you identify as a neurodivergent and you are in work in some capacity in the education sector. So that can be, a lecturer, teacher, teaching assistant, and so on and so forth. So, that's what we require, because this is a safe space for what we created as a safe space for neurodivergent educators to talk about their experience. So if you'd like to come along, we would love to have you. And just drop me a line. The session will be running alongside the same evening in which there are 2 other sessions that are part of the Neurodiversity in Education conference, but don't worry, those sessions are recorded. Unlike the support group session, we never record those sessions because, as I said, it's really important to have that safe space. So I look forward to meeting you, and so will Beth, and so will Annie. So please do come along, and thank you for your time.